Elementary school was not easy. Middle school was not easy. High school was not easy. Now, I might have you thinking that I'm just whining or that I'm a bit dramatic, which I was told quite a bit in my school days. And that statement didn't just come from my siblings, but from teachers, my parents, counselors, and administrators. No one stopped the hate. No one stopped my fear. No one helped me. Telling someone that you trust that you are being bullied is a daunting task when you don't trust. And you don't trust because everyone gives you a hard time on the matter. In the 90s, when I attended elementary school and middle school, bullying wasn't near the conversation it is today. Children were not committing suicide because they were bullied. You didn't turn on the news and hear bullying being talked about like we do today. Ellen DeGeneres has called this an epidemic, and I would have to agree with her. This is an epidemic. When we have children all around the country believing they need to harm themselves and take their own lives because one of the ways their peers has treated them. How do we stop the hate? How do we stop the bullies? How do we stop the suicides? I can think back to elementary school. During lunch, I would lock myself in between the double doors near the kindergarten class. I was completely safe behind the glass doors, with the lock keeping me safe from the bullies. For years, I was safe, but I was alone, very alone. In middle school, I chose to take lunch on the far side of the lunchroom, never making my way to where the tables were. I just didn't want to give anyone the chance to say something hurtful. In class, snickering remarks would bellow out of my peers' mouths. This would send me to a place I called dreamland, a mysterious place where I could be anything and anyone that I wanted to be. Because I spent so much time in dreamland, I failed most of my classes. And the classes that I didn't fail, I barely squeaked by with a D. My participation points in every class were 0. Because I didn't want to talk. Because if I did, they would laugh. They would mock. And they would snicker. Over the course of my 13-year public education, I missed over 180 days of school. These missed days equate to 1 year of missed education. I constantly was sick. Sometimes I really was sick, just like the normal kids, but most of the time I was a big fake. I didn't want to go where I was hated. Was this fair? I always wondered why no one helped me, why no one ever stopped the tormentors. I believed that no one cared, not even God himself. In 2001, I was a senior in high school. I was immune to the hate from the years of abuse by my peers. Thankfully, I didn't choose to take my own life. But a lot of the times I did choose to go to dreamland and to not include myself in social activities with the other students, in total fear of being teased and bullied. During high school, I ate lunch in the hallway near my locker, away from all the large crowds. At least as a senior, I had a few friends. Yes, they were girls, but they were cool. They didn't mock me, they didn't hate me, but they also didn't stand up for me when I needed them to. One particular day, we had just arrived back to the school from our daily trip to a local fast food place. We got inside and situated near our lockers. Upon sitting down to enjoy our food, a group of guys walked by and said, "Hey, fag." In that moment, I didn't go to Dreamland and escape. Instead, I was going to do something about this. I was going to stop this right now. Reacting too quickly, rather than thinking first, was probably my first mistake. I picked up the soft drink that we had just got and chucked it at the group of guys. Like a slow motion clip in a movie, the lid came off and soda went everywhere, perfectly drenching each of the current 3 tormentors. Holy crap, what have I done? I was in trouble. I jolted down the hall with 3 very pissed off guys right behind me. The girls quickly followed behind them. I ran and ran and ran some more. I passed through the same hall multiple times, going in circles around the building, up and down flights of stairs. All of a sudden, the 3 guys were not behind me anymore. My adrenaline was rushing. I started retracing my footsteps back down the hall, and there, standing in the hall, was about 10 guys yelling at my tormentors. The one thing that I heard them say, and I quote, "If you want to pick on him, you've got to go through us first." Angels! An answered prayer. My unknown heroes. Still to this day, I don't know where this group of about 10 guys came from. I don't know who they were, how they were informed of what was happening, or why they decided to help me in that very moment of desperation. They probably saved me from being beat to death by my 3 tormentors that day. But this group of guys also saved me in other unimaginable ways. I believed again. I believed in my peers. And I believed in God. In the past year, the media and other projects are giving their best shot to teaching that bystanders must help in this type of situation. And teaching tolerance to our kids is a must. In doing this, we create unknown heroes. But the thought of helping is still feared by the bystanders. Because what if the bullies start picking on them? What if they get beat up in that moment? What if they're outnumbered? So the bystanders continue to stay silent most of the time. How can we show these unknown heroes that they can help? That they do make a difference? How can we give confidence that even a girl can stop a bully? How can we get more individuals involved in interfering a bully? I think these questions will be answered by teaching and sharing success stories like my story. The bystanders will hear that it does matter when they stand up for a victim, and they too will want their own success story. Instead of the media covering all of the suicides, I'm personally asking the media to cover a successful interference of a bully. The stories are out there. I'm not alone as a victim or as being saved. These unknown heroes deserve to be thanked for what they have done. So they will continue doing what they are doing, and it will encourage others to do the same thing. I've started a Facebook fan page called Interfering the Bully, Your Voice Matters. I invite each of you to become a fan of this page and share it with your friends and family. On this page, you're welcome to share a story of when you interfered a bully, causing the bully to stop in their immediate actions, giving hope to a victim. Tell your story, give direction to a bystander, and give hope to a victim. Together, our voice can make a change and save a life.